Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mama Bear. I'm Bree.
I'm Erryn.
And today we're going to do a little catch up. We have a couple open-ended topics that we've previously talked about that we want to tie the loose ends on. And
Just a little chit chat, little girl time.
Little chit chat.
Oh, Mama Bear, I'm here to stay with wisdom and warmth. Let's light the way. Together we'll laugh, together we'll share in this cozy space. It's love.
Yeah, so how are you
and
doing
care.
today?
I'm doing well. I had a very busy day.
Yeah, I had a very busy day too.
Yeah, I think you know how people say like, what's your red flag?
Yeah.
I think my red flag is that I think I can do everything.
Oh, like that's your red
yeah,
flag.
like I think that's my red flag.
I
Like,
think that's my
I
same
can
red
I
flag.
know, and I was thinking that too. I was like, I think she has the same red flag as me.
It's like a pro and a con.
Yeah, like I just like in my mind, I'm like, this won't be an issue, and then when the time comes, I'm like, this is an issue.
I actually think that before we got married, Erryn, my husband, said like this was the one thing about me that like was a bit not his favorite thing about me.
That you think you can do
Everything.
like fit everything in.
Yeah, and it's just like he's a bit of an introvert, and he's like we don't have to do it all.
And then I worry, like, am I not giving everything my best because
That's-
everything's just getting a tiny piece of me?
Girl, you are speaking right to my soul right now. This year we're like we have to dial it in. We have to dial it in. Less is more. Let's
right, and
focus.
especially with your kids now, like you have to.
Like our priority this year, we're like has to be our family, followed up by like our 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the 5, 6, 7, it's got to take the back seat.
No, I know.
But I love the 5, 6, 7.
Okay, sometimes I find 7 creeping its way up, and I'm like,
7 ends
"Get
up being my
back down
favorite
there,
thing.
7.
7 to the back seat. This is
the
a
other
long
day,
bus.
For example, the other day I was like, you know what? I should look into culinary classes for myself. I'm like, when do I have time to be going to culinary classes?
I think you should do it. That's a typical 7 just creeping its way back up. I love that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
Like I'm like I can't even like I don't know. There's no time for culinary classes
No
at
time.
this point in my
No
life.
time.
Like, you know, my
Unless we can do Mama Bear on the road. Mama Bear meets culinary classes.
You know what? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Maybe one day in my life I'll have time to do my own hobbies, but right now
It's not it.
my hobbies need to stay minimal.
The culinary classes are feeding your children.
It does have to take, yes. Yeah, my culinary classes are the YouTube videos that
That's
I
right.
watch in my kitchen while I make people dinner.
Which muffin will I make this week?
Right. But so yeah,
So lots on the go.
I did, yeah. So I worked this morning.
Yeah.
And then I took my daughter to a doctor's appointment,
Busy.
which was just a tip, like nothing crazy.
She
but
skipped school.
well, I picked her up early.
Okay.
So she did go to school this morning. Took her to the doctor's appointment. Then I got home, and then my other daughter woke up from her nap,
Yeah.
and my mother-in-law left, who watches my kids, and I made cupcakes because it's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. She's been very specific about her birthday wishes. She said to me, I said, do you want to go to school or do you want to stay home? Because I took the day off work so that I could stay home with her. And she said, I want to go to school in the morning and bring my class cupcakes. And then I want you to pick me up early and take me to a surprise.
Oh, a girl that knows what she wants.
She knows what she wants.
She
And I said,
sounds a lot like
"Okay."
us.
Yeah, right?
I love a good surprise.
Right. So
And
I
then
was
want
like,
to be
all
my
right.
favorite thing. Surprise me with my favorite thing and don't screw up.
So yes, so here's the problem. Sometimes I'll surprise her with something. I'm like, this is going to be so good, and she will be like, she will flat out say, this isn't what I wanted.
Oh,
like
no.
she'll be like,
she has a surprise in mind.
yes,
Like, yeah, this is exactly the trap I
Right.
get into.
right. So,
Surprise me. So my birthday
but
is
also with
coming
what I
up.
want,
Yeah, and then I want my husband to surprise me,
with something specific.
but I know exactly
and
what
you're
it
not
is.
going to tell him.
Yeah. Surprise me. It's that necklace I told you about.
Yes. So anyway, I made these cupcakes, and then I made dinner, and my one daughter had skating, and I wanted to make sure that we got here on time, but
It's a
you know
lot.
what? We made it, and I'm happy to be here.
So that's a good shout out. Like we're doing Mama Bear. We're workshopping names, but we're here in the evening.
Yes.
The babies are going to bed.
Wow. Some
it
of
didn't
them.
work out the way we thought it would, but it's dark out. Like this
It
is
is.
Mama Bear After Dark potentially.
It is past my bedtime.
Maybe it's Mama Bear past bedtime.
Mama Bear past bedtime. Boy, I like that. Yeah.
I mean, it suits. It suits it.
Yes.
We'll see. We're playing with it.
So,
So,
yeah,
Mama Bear
workshop.
past my bedtime, Mama Bear After Dark, which sounds a little bit
Yeah,
you know,
we'll get back to you.
Yeah, TBD. But no, we're here in the evenings. That means we both had a full day.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy to be here.
Like this
so what
concoction?
is this that you've made me? Should I try it first?
Yeah,
or
take a little sip.
Okay.
Should we do ASMR of drinking this?
No, I don't think people would like that.
Me
I
specifically.
think that
I don't like
I don't
that.
think I would then listen to this when you send it to me and ask me to listen to it. I will say no.
Yeah, doesn't sound great.
That's delicious though. What am I drinking?
It's great.
Here?
So this is my swap.
Okay, so we're gonna
Okay.
do swaps now.
Well, I am.
Why not? Get crazy.
I didn't have a swap last
time. It is after dark.
Oh no, we're mixing everything up. So no, this is actually my good friend came over the other day, and we're all into like right now with I can't have dairy, I can't have eggs with Everest, so I'm in that whole issue. So I'm not having as much protein as I used to. I used to have like 3 eggs in the morning, and now I'm really struggling with getting my protein in. Plus, it's been freezing cold out. So we've been drinking a lot of bone broth. Bone broth, a source of protein. We drink like a grass-fed beef bone broth. So anyway, really, really clean, really good for you. A lot of nutrients, a lot of protein, which is what I'm drinking it for. My friend comes over the other day and says, if you take a scoop of cocoa powder or cacao powder, whatever,
Yeah.
mix it in a little bit of honey, you can make bone broth hot chocolate. Then
This is revolutionary.
So I go, okay, because bone broth is bone broth. It tastes fine, tastes good, like whatever. It's not the most exciting drink. You add hot like cocoa and
This is bone broth?
so then Erryn, my husband, finds a pre-mixed version. So this is a brand that does it themselves. So it's bone broth with cocoa powder and some sweetener in it. So yeah, it's as clean as it can get.
You need to send me
This
this.
is huge.
This is huge.
Isn't it good?
This is huge because my kids love hot chocolate and I despise that sugary hot chocolate.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
I've actually trialed several different of my own homemade hot chocolates
No
for them
way.
and they haven't found
So
I
this is
haven't found one
good.
that they liked. But this is good.
So this one I really like. To be honest, if I were to pick between the two, I would still go back to the like if you're looking for as clean as possible, it's like a scoop of the bone broth, 2 scoops of the bone broth, a scoop of cocoa powder, and a little bit of honey.
How can you not taste the bone broth?
It's
in
wild.
this?
So this one it's not as clean as doing it on your
'Cause it
own.
has
like
a sweetener.
It has stevia extract.
Okay, yeah.
So we don't love that. However, like in my opinion, honey is the best sweetener.
well, what about maple syrup?
Same idea.
Yeah,
The two
yeah.
are the same, right?
Because I really love. I use both of those as well.
Honey is our go-to. We love. Especially when you get local honey, like it's also very good for you.
I just got a huge local maple syrup, huge.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so
because you probably
good.
go through it so much with making your own granola bars.
And I use it for granola bars. I use it for muffins. I use it for everything.
Yeah. It's our sweetener.
But I
of
also
choice for
use
baking.
honey as well.
Yeah. And so, anyway, I've been loving this. I have one a day, especially after a cold walk in the snow when you come in and heat up and you feel good about it because you're getting your protein in.
I will say that the weather out the past 2 days has been chef's kiss.
Wait.
good.
Stop. That's the most Canadian thing. It's not -30, so we're very happy.
I think it was 2.
The other day,
2.
I walked by a group of women. They were all like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful out. Let's go for a walk today. And I was like, we're all bundled. We have scarves, hats, and mitts on. And I'm like, that's so Canadian because we're like, it's no longer hypothermic.
There's still snow on the ground.
A lot of it.
On the way here, I know we're jumping so much, but on the way here, Nora goes, Mommy, look, Christmas lights. And I don't know if there was Christmas lights. There was lights of some sort, but I don't know that they were Christmas lights. And she's like, Santa Claus, it's almost Christmas. And I was like, okay, well, girl.
Yeah, we still have 11 more months.
And then she goes, there's so much snow. And I'm
There's
like,
so much
there is
snow.
still so
She's
so
right
much
about
snow.
one of those things.
I had my windows open today.
Yeah, okay. Today was a nicer day.
It was nice.
We're trending nicer.
I think it was 8 at one point.
No, it was. I think so.
Right. So, beautiful.
So we are
spring.
getting better. Yeah.
Yes.
But a nice
very
cup of hot
Canadian.
chocolate
Anyways,
is so Canadian.
Back to this.
Yeah.
I do need you to show me.
Yeah,
where
I
you
can
love
link
this.
both. So I'll put the recipe in, and then I'll also link to the blend. This one is the blend. It's very, very good, and it's super easy.
I'm very interested in this.
It's great. Yeah, we also
Great
need to be
swap.
better at when we say we're going to put a link in.
I
Absolutely
know.
including
Put
a
the link in.
So there will be a link to this.
This will be linked. You heard it here first.
Yeah. So that's my swap, but
Amazing.
Yeah.
So tell me, how have you been? How was your day?
yeah. Okay, I had a real low today. I can't lie. So today was tough. So Everest last night weirdly woke up 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. Like that's so out of his nature. He's normally like right through the night, gets up maybe at 5:30 and then sleeps until 6:30. Like that's a standard night. Last night was a bit tougher. We had to get up at 6:30 because we had a biological dentist appointment in Michigan. So full circle to the interview a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So Erryn had convinced me to go to the biological dentist. I had my check-in. I'd love to give like a review on the process. I hate the dentist. It was awesome. Like it was so
amazing.
good. They made me feel so
really
comfortable.
dreading this.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna go back, but it's like a whole comprehensive exam. It was like really interesting. I'd love to talk about it more sometime if we have time. And then after that, like this is maybe I'm going too into detail with this answer, but I got back into working out I've been slowly inching my way that way, but in terms of like weightlifting, like going at it, we went to the gym on Monday for the first time, and I was like, I'm pretty like confident at the gym. Like I know my strengths and weaknesses. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go like real low, like real chill, and see how it goes. And because I don't want to like suffer the consequences. I am suffering the consequences.
Oh,
like
did you push yourself a little too hard?
But I didn't. I went like bare. I thought I didn't. I went like a very small fraction of what I used to, like pre-pregnancy. And like I lifted through my pregnancy. I've stayed like fit since then. Like I do like at home body weight workouts. I barely touched a weight, to be honest. Like I just went so low for myself, and I am in terrible pain.
Okay, speaking of like working out, this morning, because typically I'll either run or I'll do like a strength workout. This morning I decided I was gonna try my hand at Pilates.
Oh, nice.
And it's just like not with like the equipment or anything.
Yeah,
I have
like
a,
the
I have
body
a
weight
basement gym,
Pilates.
so it's just in my own home. And I didn't realize how much flexibility that I have lost.
Oh, really?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I used to be like just very naturally flexible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
most kids are, but you were in like
right,
in gymnastics,
like just like
and all
even
that.
into adulthood though.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I was always able. Yeah, I did gymnastics for a little bit, and I did like acro, and I did dance, but like nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And I just like kind of had that. I don't know when I lost all of this flexibility, but I was like, yes. And now I have a personal goal of like getting that back.
That's a good goal.
Because like I like even laying on my back, because one of the moves you have to lay on your back, put your legs straight in the air.
Yeah.
I can't keep my legs completely straight.
Oh, wow.
Like that hurts me.
Well,
and I'm wondering if
it's
something to do with running too, because after I run,
your
my hamstrings
are
and I
tight.
don't stretch properly.
Yeah. So this is one thing Erryn, my husband, and I are very good about. We stretch every single day, like 15 to 30 minutes of stretching every single day.
Yeah, you did say that the one episode you used.
I said that's my
app.
one thing I do every day. So to talk a tiny bit about it, the app is called Pliability. So we used to be into CrossFit and like all that stuff. And so through the CrossFit world is this app, Pliability. And it's really amazing. We pay for the year. But we both use it every single day. And with Everest, so every day they change the stretch, and it's 2 live people doing the stretches with you, and they walk you through the stretches, and it's like so calming. They do breath work during it.
I like
it's
that.
like there's even like a pregnancy one that you watch, like here's your first trimester, here's second trimester. So I signed up for it in my there's a woman, Tia Claire Toomey, so she's a CrossFit athlete, and she was pregnant just before I was, and so she developed this with Pliability. And so I was like, whoa, if she's doing this, I want to do this. You know what I mean? So I would follow along with her stretches all through my pregnancy, and we've continued into postpartum.
You know what? Some women, when they're pregnant, they just look like gazelles, like beautiful, wonderful gazelles. And I did not feel gazelle-like when I was pregnant. I was like, I feel like an ape.
Did you? You did not.
I feel like a sweaty ape.
Maybe you felt that way, but you looked so beautiful.
Like I feel like I had big round moon face, and I just like
it's inevitable. You're gonna gain some weight. You're gonna get
and that was fine.
Yeah.
And I actually
But you
didn't
did
have
not
any
feel
swelling.
great.
And my pregnancies I was very lucky in my pregnancies, but I was just like,
big
I saw
fat
these
moon face.
I saw these women and I'm like, and I know that I could dress like that too, but they just wear these beautiful flowing dresses, and they just look so. And I'm like, I'm wearing my husband's too big hoodie sweater, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
It's so funny, yeah.
And so these women that like make these workout apps,
and
I'm
it's
like,
so impressive.
I did work out a bit through my pregnancy, but like I did not feel
Yeah.
Gazelle-like.
Oh, no. Well, these kept me feeling great, and I still do it today. And I recommended it to my parents who are feeling like a little bit more like less limber these days. So check it out. There's even the option to go from like the every day the workout's like, just say it's 22 minutes that day. You can do the sped up version, which is like 14 minutes, where they cut out all like the filler, and you can just do the stretch. So So I do those most of the time.
And what is the filler? Like the breathing work?
Breathing, or they hold it longer, or they explain it in more detail. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just a little bit more robust. And so with Everest with me, I just like put him on his mat right next to me. We kind of play, or I hold him during it. So it's a little bit amended to what I can do that day with Everest, but really, really, really great. I'm loving it.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, maybe you can link the
link
app.
it.
We are not affiliates for this app, just so we're clear. It's
but
Bree
can
just
we become affiliates?
But if you are listening, no, Bree just really actually uses this.
No, I really love it. Yeah, it's great. I think everyone should do something like this. There's lots of things on YouTube
because
you
people
could do
are
too.
always looking for movement to do, and that seems like something that's kind of doable for everybody.
So simple. It's built for everyone. Like the guy even walks you through. There's 2 people that do each movement, and one is like an expert,
modified,
and one is a modified.
Yes, that's what I really like about I use the Apple Fitness
app. Oh yes,
to work out.
I see it pop up on my watch every day.
Yeah. And I like because they also have a modified.
Yeah.
So they have 3 people working out, and 2 of them are doing the move, I guess, right, normal or however, and then someone's doing it modified. So I like that.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's nice to see like your options.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where we.
Okay, so like
so
just to go quickly back to my day.
You went
so
to
then
dentistry.
Listen. I get home, my legs are hurting. I'm not gonna cry right now. Like a couple nights ago, I was feeding Everest. Like literally 2 nights ago, I literally have tears in my eyes.
I see
and
that.
He bit me so hard.
Oh.
I thought he was drinking blood after. Like he bit me.
It happens. So it does happen.
He's bit me from time to time, like in a more of a playful way, like kind of playing it out. I don't know what, and he has 2 teeth, but it's not his teeth. His teeth are on the bottoms. It's something on the top is getting me, and there's no teeth there yet.
Maybe they're coming through.
Maybe they must be.
I mean, their little gums can be quite sharp, to be honest.
He hurts. So, anyways, this time he like grabbed it and twisted and pulled out, and I was certain. I straight away thought I was going to vomit. Like I got sick to my stomach. I thought I was bleeding. Like TMI, if my parents or anyone close to me is listening, maybe log off. But like, I was certain I was going to see my nipple, and it was going to be like
torn off,
like just wrecked for life.
This is real life though.
Like it hurts so bad, and I'm not over exaggerating. Like I say to this day, it was 2 days ago, but like most times if he bites me, I'm like, it's a quick pain and it kind of goes away. This is still hurts now. So when I'm feeding him now, I get so scared. It was so traumatic.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm dealing with I didn't get enough sleep. My legs are hurting so bad. I'm exhausted because I worked out a couple times. So I'm just not used to it. So anyway, and now I have this breast pain all day. And I was anxious about the dentist. So it was like kind of a big day. And then I was trying to get Everest down for a little nap. And I was feeding him to get him a little bit drowsy, and he bit it again.
So, okay. So that's absolutely terrible. Have you put anything on it?
No, so I finally had the thought today, like, because I just
like
thought
coconut oil.
I thought I'd go to bed and wake up and it'd be gone, and because like everything with the breast and like with the baby always seems to be very quickly healing. Like all these things, if it's sore, it tends to just go away very quick because I find it healing.
Sometimes breast milk, I mean, not sometimes, it is.
It is
breast
very
milk itself
healing.
is healing.
So I find like anything that happens just has gone away naturally.
Do you know what I used to do?
What?
If one of my kids had like because they scratch themselves and stuff, I'd put breast milk on it.
Yeah.
And it heals so quick. So I get where you were why you thought that. Yeah.
So no, I was gifted for my baby shower like some of the lanolin, which is, do you know that's like sheep fat or something?
Oh, I didn't know.
Don't quote me.
Let's do some research on that.
No, so it's something, I think it's to do with a lamb or a sheep. I think it's the fat or something. Anyway, I don't even know if it's good, but I did use it a couple times right after giving birth just because I thought you were supposed to. I didn't have any markings or any issues, but I did use it.
Okay.
So maybe I'll bust that out and put it back on. But you're saying coconut oil?
I used coconut oil sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, just
it just like moisturized the area to help to like avoid any scabbing or anything. But
luckily I don't have any crack. Like if you were to look at it, if I went into a doctor right now and said, inspect my breast, like something is wrong here. It's like it does. It feels like it's radiating in pain.
I know exactly.
Up into my armpit.
I know the exact pain you're talking about.
But there's nothing. There's no mark. Like how
the
remarkable. It looks
remarkable,
just
yeah.
as beautiful as it did the day before. Like, it looks incredible.
And that is on Bree's nipple.
Anyway, so yeah, that was my day. It was really tough. So right before you were coming,
Emotionally and
charged.
physically taxing.
It was a tough day, and I literally I laid Everest after he did that again today. I was just like, you know what? Like, I would love to get him to this really sweet, beautiful, drowsy spot, rock him, lay him down, walk away, and let him fall asleep on his own. I couldn't. Like, he was a little bit charged. He was a little bit frustrated. He was a little bit overtired from the trip.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I need to lay you down and walk away. And I just have to in this moment because I'm really hurt.
Sometimes for yourself, you need to walk away.
I just went to Erryn. I gotta lay down for a minute. And then anyway, it got better from there. But yeah, it just was a bit much. So today was a tough day.
Yeah, but here we are. We made
Parenthood
it.
is real. Yeah, we made it.
It is.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a walk away moment this morning. I did. The girls were they wouldn't stop fighting. And they were doing, like, my oldest was doing the thing where, like, she was purposely bugging her sister. Like, so they were sitting at my kitchen island eating their breakfast. And she was putting her foot over by her sister's chair on purpose.
And that's just unacceptable.
Oh, man. And I just was like, I separated them. I talked to them. I tried to reason with them. You can't reason with these people.
Of course not. These people. Of course not. They're not. They're not logical.
No. And like, I said, Mommy has to go over here for a minute. But of course, they don't like that.
Of course.
So I walk out of the room. They start screaming and crying because Mommy has left the room.
Yeah.
And I said to my husband, I was like, my head is going to fly through the roof.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so overstimulated, and it's like 6:30.
Oh, no. That was this morning?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes. So Nora got up at 5:15 this morning for whatever reason. But like, she's been sleeping till 6. And for whatever reason, she decided she'd get up at 5:15 this morning.
Not today, honey.
Yeah, and so that's fine. I said I'm a morning person.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little early, but like, sure.
Yeah.
So I go down, I do my workout, and then I come upstairs, and I'm like, wow, this is gonna be a great day. I'm gonna get so much done. Like, you know, and it's early still, and I did have to work this morning, but I don't go until 9. So
You had lots
5
of time.
to 9. That's like 4
That's a
hours.
whole day.
So I made breakfast, and anyways,
A whole day.
it was a whole day
Yeah.
before I went into
But
work.
can we talk about how I wouldn't like it if someone was touching you with their feet all the time?
No, and she wasn't even
And
touching her.
Just
It was
don't
more,
put them in my area.
It was more like the I'm not touching you type
Right.
type situation.
Imagine I was doing that to you right now.
It seems like something you would do, and you probably
I'm
have.
just floating the idea. Are you okay with
probably have done it. I actually am. I guarantee you have done it.
For sure. Yeah. So it's a no then.
Like, don't do it now. Bree and I went through a phase where we fought like sisters.
Are we going there?
We don't fight like actual fighting, but like we would get into like arguments. Like we spent a lot of time together.
Roommates at a point.
We've come around.
We've shared space.
We shared way too much space.
It
My
totally.
mom got us matching underwear once. It was a lot.
amazing. What do you say? Do you see the response? You
It
go.
was
It was a lot. It was amazing.
Shout out Jen for the matching underwear.
Still have them. Do
No,
not.
you don't. And I'd like to say this was when we were like, I'd like to say it was when we were like 9. Yeah, we
18?
were
Yeah,
teenagers.
17, 18,
We were
yeah.
full, and she thought it was the cutest
I
thing.
still loved it. However, she thought I was much smaller than I was.
Yeah, she got
Like,
us shorts too.
And like cropped. Well, it was like a crop top on me, and like we wore them to school that day, and I looked like half dressed, like a small
"But we
child.
match."
Yeah, but we match. Erin's wearing the
It's
exact same
adorable.
thing as me, and she's getting away with it. I'm a foot taller. Who cares?
Yeah. So anyway,
Like, let's go back to you for a second.
yeah. Okay.
The floors.
The floors. Yes. Update on the floors.
So let's just remind ourselves what happened. Erryn was telling us last that she had tasked her husband / father / husband's friend to do her floors.
yes.
Floors that she's been itching at, looking at every day, dying to be done. And then she informs us that she was taking off for the weekend to go to Michigan to a baby shower.
Yeah,
and
so-
that she gave him a hard deadline of her daughter's birthday, which was
The
2
next
weeks away.
weekend.
Oh, a weekend away. So anyway, how did it go? Did it get done?
Okay. So best part is I had said on the podcast I didn't have anyone for my girls yet, but I knew I didn't want them in the house when this was happening, and my mom was going to watch them.
Yeah. Oh.
My mom, in fact, worked that weekend.
Oh, so she heard the podcast and she called you?
No, yeah, right? No, I was like, I called her just being like, hey, you're watching the girls. And she's like, hey, I work. And I was like, ooh. Classic. So my mother-in-law's going to the shower with me. My mom now works. So I'm like, oh, my dad's helping my husband with this task. And we're too far gone at this point. Like, we've rented the tools. Like, this is happening.
It's happening.
And I'm like, my kids can't be there.
The deed is done.
Like, they cannot be in that house when this is happening. Like, their little lungs cannot be ingesting that much dust.
Yeah.
So then I remember my stepmom.
Right.
She is lovely and does not work on weekends because she is a teacher.
Yeah.
So I give her a little ring up and I'm like, would you like to spend the day with the girls? And she jumped on that so quick. She was like, yes, of course. She loves spending the day with the girls. But then they're like, oh, impending snowstorm.
Oh, yeah. I was shocked you went.
Yeah. So then I was like, she lives a little bit, like she lives a good, half an hour, 40 minutes from us.
Oh, so you had to take them.
Well, I was scared. I was like, I don't want them, that I shouldn't be driving in the snow to this baby shower. I don't want them on the road. We may not be able to do this, but we've rented everything. Everyone's like coming. I don't know. It was a little bit of a disaster, but the universe came through.
Yeah.
And the snow was not that bad.
Right.
My husband, I said, I'm more comfortable if you drive them in your big truck.
Right.
So he took them early that morning to my stepmom's, brought all the tools, and I'm like, I'm leaving them, and I'm like, you guys are going to do amazing. Thanks so much. See you later.
Yeah.
Left. Went to the baby shower. Lovely baby shower.
Did you stay the night?
No. We were just driving down and coming home. Yeah.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Like, most beautiful baby shower. It was in this gorgeous hotel.
Beautiful.
Like, these two people that are having a baby, like, they deserve it so much. It was great. It was amazing. It was a great day.
Good.
I get home. My husband shoots daggers through my heart.
He's like, you are making me do what?
He's like, this
was a bigger job than you realized? Oh,
he's like, this was much more difficult than we anticipated. But his best friend who was helping with it has done this before.
Yeah.
And just so we're clear, they were sanding my floors. I don't know if I said that.
They
were sanding my hardwood floors down so that we could just put like a polyurethane on top.
Right. No more orange.
No more orange hardwood floors, which I learned. See, I've learned in this process.
Yes.
So apparently all of these, my house is an older home and all of these old homes have a red oak floor. Because this was popular back then. Mm-hmm. So you can't actually ever get that total yellowy, orangey color out.
Yeah.
But, if you use an oil-based polyurethane, that color is going to stay. The oil is going to pull out that yellow color. So we're like, anyways, I'll go back to my husband. He's like, they thought it was going to take 4 to 5 hours. It took 12.
Yeah.
To like sand down these floors. Like,
did they have a big sander?
Yeah, like they had a big sander, push sander. They had like a couple hand sanders, like to get all the nooks and crannies. Yeah. So anyways, they got it done. I was like, these look phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Like I want it to be this color. Like, this is amazing. It looked great. And then we came across the problem where it's like, okay, so if we put this oil-based polyurethane on it. Did you check a little area first? Yeah, well, we had an extra piece of wood that we had been checking things on. So his friend goes, I worry that color is going to come back as soon as we put this polyurethane on. So I was like panicking. And I'm like, they did all of this work and it's just going to look the exact same.
And did you buy already in bulk the
No, we had, I think we had some that we were just testing with. Like, I don't know if it was, they had brought it or if we had it at home. I have no idea. But then he told us there's a water-based polyurethane.
Yeah.
So we're like, great.
Let's try it.
That one. Right. So the next day we go to the store, we buy this water-based polyurethane. We found one that, and I don't remember the brand, but it was a low fume one so that it wouldn't like blow all these nasty fumes through our house. And it was like it said it was more eco-friendly. And so we got that one.
Nice.
And
makes you feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Because, my kids were sleeping in that house that night. So we were out of the house most of the day, thankfully, but that night they were staying in the house. So, we had the windows open and such. But anyways, we put this one on and my husband and I looked down and we're like, that's a little yellow.
Oh no.
And we're just like kind of like quite upset. Yeah. And we're like, that sucks. So we put it down. We're panicking. We call his friend. His friend's like, let it dry. Give it a minute.
Yeah.
So we continue on. Like we got to pull it polyurethane.
So you were like hands and knees painting this, like with a paintbrush.
With a roller.
Okay.
So I did the edges
like an extendable roller.
Yeah, I did the edges with on my hands and knees with a paintbrush.
Yeah.
But my husband did the rolling of the rest of the room.
Yeah.
So you have to polyurethane it. You can't just leave it.
Like, it has
that's
to be
not
sealed.
optional. Yeah. So we're like, we're going to do it. It has to be done.
Yeah.
So
we need to go on with our life.
Yes. And then it dries. And we're like, crisis averted. The floors look amazing. They are exactly the color that I wanted them. They are like this natural wood. The room looks so much brighter. It's like, I love it.
That's
I absolutely
amazing.
love it. And there are like some spots that it's like,
not perfect.
no. And I'm like, you know what? I love it even more because my husband worked so hard to do this for me because he knew how much I wanted it done.
Yeah.
And it just makes me so happy. And he's so cute. And he was like, just seeing how happy this makes you makes me happy. And I'm glad I did it. And I was like, that is so nice.
This is such a feel-good story.
I know.
I didn't expect this ending. I thought we were going to be like, oh my God, it looks great. And move
No,
on.
they look so good.
So
And honestly,
sweet.
it's like such a
Like
silly thing to make
yeah.
because it's so like materialistic, but it makes me happy. Like it just makes my house look so much brighter. And I just like, I love it.
I can't wait to come
absolutely love
see it.
Yeah. And I got new kitchen stools, so you need to come check those out.
Oh yes, if just in time for the girls to fight on top of them.
Yeah, exactly. And
Full circle.
it's already ketchup on one of them, so super happy about
yay.
that. But yeah, so they look great.
Oh, that's
honestly.
awesome. And just in time for Emerson's birthday.
Yes, the project's not fully done. We
No?
still have to like put some of the corner round and stuff back on.
Oh,
quarter
right.
quarter round.
Quarter
Round back
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
But no, they look great. You got to come see
Oh,
them.
nice.
Yes.
How fun.
Yeah, and yes, I had Emmy's birthday.
Yes.
So it was her first friend's birthday.
Yeah, and so you were going to double it up and do a
Yes, friends
the
and family.
friends for part of the day where possible strangers come over, and then the family.
Yes. So so we ended up doing her friend's birthday from 1 to 3.
Yeah.
And we just did snack. Honestly, the kids didn't eat that much. They were too busy playing. And shockingly, so there were, how many kids were there? Including my 2 daughters, there was 9 kids. So 7 friends.
That's a good amount.
Yeah, it
That's
wasn't
solid.
terrible. Only one parent stayed.
Oh, wow.
The rest of them, they dropped them off. Some of them asked, do you want me to stay? The kids were like, nope.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, great.
So now you're responsible for.
Now I'm responsible for all these kids. Honestly, it went really, really well. We played a couple games. It was Moana themed.
Yeah.
So we did Pin the Tail on Pua, which my mom had drawn. My mom drew this beautiful Pua picture on this like Bristol board. It was amazing. She did such a good job. And I used little bows like from the dollar store for the tail.
Yeah.
So we did that. We played this pass the parcel game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
Kind of like a present. And you
and you pass it around.
Was it based on a story or?
No, we just did like when the music
song?
stopped. Yeah.
Fun.
It lasted like longer than I anticipated.
Yeah?
Like their little hands, I don't know, they couldn't get the wrapping off. Like it was just it lasted a very long time, but it kept them busy.
That's
and then they decorated their own cupcakes.
Aww.
There was one hiccup in the
no.
day. So we played these
Sounds
games.
like a fun day so far.
Great day, honestly. Overall, great day.
Yeah.
We played all of these games, and then there was still some time left over, and they wanted to play hide and go seek. I'm like, great,
Okay. Oh, did you
play
lose
hide
a
and
kid?
go seek. So they're playing hide and go seek, and all of a sudden, all of them are walking around, and they're like, Emmy, Emmy, Emmy. And my husband is like,
Where's
they
Emmy?
can't find Emmy. So it's been like 5 minutes now, which is like kind of a long time to not be able to find somebody. So Walter, he's like, I'm going to help them. So he's looking. I'm sitting talking to this one mom that had stayed, and she was lovely. And then my husband's like, I also can't find Emmy. And there's one more little girl that's missing. And I'm
Did
like,
they go off and hide together?
well, I'm like, okay, so I'm starting to panic. It's been like 7 minutes
Like
at this
how
point.
hard can
so
a
I'm like,
5-year-old hide?
right. I'm starting to panic. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get up and I'm going to help. So now me, my husband, and all of these kids are walking around going, Emerson, Emmy, Emmy, and calling this other little girl's name. And no one's speaking. We can't find them. We're ripping apart the house, upstairs, downstairs. Have you ever seen, I forget the show. There's a show and they play worst case scenario with themselves in their head.
I don't think so.
So I play this game with myself a lot.
Or
where your brain automatically.
This is a new parent thing.
Trigger warning. My brain went worst case scenario. I'm ripping open. We have a septic tank. I'm ripping open the sub pump, thinking she fell down the sub pump hole and she's stuck down there. And I am thinking, what if she's got something caught around her neck and she's not answering me because she can't breathe? Like I'm going dark. I am in full panic. My heart is 220. Like, I'm panicking. And I can't find her anywhere. And I can't find this little girl. So I'm like, not only have I lost my own daughter,
I'm on the edge of
I've
my
lost
seat.
someone
I
else's
know
child.
she's fine, and I'm scared.
I've lost someone else's child. So I go into my room and I check in the shower. We have a stand-up shower, not in there. Come around the corner and I'm like, I know my husband said he checked our closet, but I'm going to check the closet one more time. I open it. They're both standing there, straight-faced, just staring up at me. And I'm like almost crying at this point. I grab my daughter, I give her the biggest hug ever, and I'm like, that was an amazing hiding job. When mommy calls you, you gotta come out. Like at one point I was like saying like, we're gonna open your presents, we're gonna eat cake.
Oh, no.
Not saying a word, which is shocking.
Yeah, it's very
So
odd.
what they told me they did was they were originally in the shower when my husband had checked the closet.
And they changed.
They moved. So when we were
Strategic.
downstairs looking, they moved hiding spots. So thinking we had already
This
checked.
is next level of hide and
I know.
seek.
So then later they're like, let's play hide and seek again. I'm like,
No.
absolutely no.
No,
Absolutely
absolutely
not.
no. That's next level. They moved.
I thought I was going to throw up.
Good for them. You know what?
But
They did a great job.
I know. I was like, great hiding. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah. Pat on the back, but we're never playing hide and go seek.
So
That's
other
amazing.
than that 10 minutes, at one point my nephew yelled, this party just got bad.
Just got bad.
He goes, yeah, because we couldn't find Emerson. And he's like, we're all walking around
Just
screaming
got
for
bad.
Emerson. And he goes, this party just got bad. I was like, okay.
Dramatic. Everything's fine.
It was a 10-minute panic session. But
Yeah.
after that, other than that.
Could you
great.
imagine?
No. I did imagine.
And thank goodness
I
Emerson
imagined
was
in
with
my
her.
deep, dark brain.
Terrible. Even like a same idea, I'll be carrying Everest down the stairs and be like, it's like a whole other world exists in the back of my brain all of a sudden, which never was there
It's
before.
intrusive
And I'm
thoughts.
all of a sudden like, what if I fell? What if I fell and landed on Everest? What if I fell and landed on Everest? And this, what if this? It's like every time I do anything.
It's these deep, dark, intrusive
Yeah.
thoughts.
So I can
And
totally
somehow,
see
like,
that
when-
you were able to have more
Oh,
thoughts
yeah.
than possible for the time frame.
Right. And like somehow, like when you become a parent, it's like they're unlocked.
Yeah.
I
They
know
were never
not,
there
I mean,
before.
I know other people have these all the time, but when I became a parent, they really started like,
I'm not a worrier. I'm a worrier in the sense like, oh, will my plans work out? If I plan like an event or something, like, will
Yeah.
everything go logistically how I want it to? I never worried about like
Right.
irrational things.
and this is what my husband says about me too. He's like, you are relaxed almost to a fault about stuff because he says I walk through life like I'm just like la 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 la. But about my kids, I am like mega worry
Yeah.
all the time. Every little thing, I'm like, is that a new freckle?
Oh no.
Today in the car, Emerson was like, my knee hurts. And I'm like, why? Why does your knee hurt? What happened? Did you do something? Did both knees hurt? And she's like, no, mommy.
I'm fine.
my knee just hurts.
But it is weird. Why does the knee hurt?
Right.
I need more on the
Right.
knee.
So then we went to a store and I'm like, did your knee still hurt?
Update on the knee. I'm now giving you a knee log.
Right.
Please jot down every 5 minutes.
Oh my
That's
gosh. Some of my friends think I'm absolutely insane.
But like to come back around on that, like we are starting the baby led weaning for Everest.
Yes.
And-
So you've unlocked all these new fears.
Like, you know, it's a fear of mine.
Yes.
Like the feeding
yeah,
is the first fear.
So
of
that's
mine.
what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to
Yeah.
know, how was it going? Have you started?
So, like, you showed up here at 6:00. We started at 5:30 tonight.
Today was the first time.
Well, we're starting tomorrow officially with grass-fed beef and organic sweet potatoes. So we're very excited about it.
Ooh,
we're doing steak and
fancy.
potatoes, which is like a weekly meal around here. So we're like, all right, might as well do it with him.
His first food is better than what I eat. We had eggs for dinner.
Eggs tonight. Hey,
Breakfast for
nutrition.
dinner.
At least you can have eggs. Like I'm mourning
I know,
my
I'm
egg loss.
sorry.
On this note, a slight other swap. I don't think other people know this. Buffalo milk, supposed to be good for anyone who has a lactose intolerance.
Oh.
So if someone you know is struggling, and because like the truth is, almond milks, oat milks, I drink them. They're not very good for you. The amount of like fillers in them and sweeteners in
I've
them,
heard
and even if you get the
this.
unsweetened kind, they're not very good for you in the sense that like. Yeah, it's just do your research. I've heard some stuff. I'm not going to get too into it, but like they're not the best. You want
Right,
to try and
okay.
stay away from stuff like that. So I would love to be on a milk diet. I can't. It's killing me. But someone mentioned to me the other day about this buffalo milk, and they struggle also with dietary, and they transitioned. Now I've been doing half and half, like a little bit of oat milk or almond milk, whatever, and a little bit of buffalo milk. And so far with Everest, it seems to be going well. So
Okay.
I might be able to get onto buffalo milk. So really great.
It's sad that stuff like that isn't more accessible or available because
We just got it from Healthy Planet.
Healthy Planet. Oh, you know what? We just got one near our house.
I know.
Yes.
The new one.
Yes.
And they deliver out here.
Really?
They deliver by Instacart.
Shocking.
We pay did I tell you this? $100 a year. And this is not an ad. And they deliver. We live 45 minutes away, almost an hour, and they deliver to us. We
That's
order like 2-3 times a
shocking.
week. Yeah.
Amazing, though.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so buffalo milk.
So buffalo milk. So anyways, long story short, we are starting tomorrow with the.
So did you give him anything this evening?
So this evening did I ever talk about Erryn's yogurt maker?
Yes. Well, to me, I don't know if we talked
We'll
about
have
it
to
on
come
the
back on the
podcast.
yogurt maker one time. It's quite the riot. But anyway, we make our own yogurt.
Yes.
And this is kind of a wild move because Everest hasn't been doing well with dairy. So to give him yogurt for his first meal, but this is like loaded
That
with.
is wild. You
Maybe-
are just going.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But most people say like don't start with an allergen for like a first food. We did it.
You just went right for it.
I mean, at some point we're gonna give it to him anyway. So we tried today.
Well,
It'll
you've
be
been
fine.
curious about if it's the way you're
Right.
metabolizing it or
Yeah.
and if it'd be different for him metabolizing it, not
Right.
through your body.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. We gave it to him today. We won't give him another dairy thing for another 3 days just to see how that goes.
I will say I got here and he was just
Happy as can
happy
be.
boy.
So he loved it. We put it in a little bowl. We bought this I think it's called the Bibado. Have you heard of it? Where it goes. It's like a painter's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It goes up his arms. It's open backed.
Yeah, it's like I know
a
exactly what you're
schmuck.
talking about. Yeah, a schmuck. That's the word. A schmuck. A schmuck. Schmuck, if
So
you
we
will.
schmucked him up, and it even comes with utensils you can button onto his things so they don't drop and whatever.
That's hilarious.
So we gave him a little bit. So anyways, Erryn made this yogurt, and it's high in L-reuteri, which is this probiotic that's really good for your gut. Apparently every person is deficient in
I
L-reuteri.
can't keep up with you.
It's a lot.
I can't
yeah.
keep up with
so
you.
we'll have to do a whole thing on that. But anyway, this is high in L-reuteri, which is really good to repopulate your gut. So we're well, this could be really good for Everest. Maybe it's an issue with his gut. So we gave him just a little bit. We didn't think too much of it. Just gave him a little bit, and it was all over his face. He got the cutest photos all over his hand.
You'll have to show me.
And he was eating with the utensils wrong, and it was the cutest little thing I've ever seen. I loved it.
It's so cute.
It's between his fingers. It's smeared on his face. So it was a easy one to transition us because it wasn't a solid really, and no choking really hazard.
Yes.
Right. So tomorrow we are diving in deep. We are going to I download this app. It's called BLW, baby led weaning or something app. And then another one a friend suggested called Solid Starts. And it walks you through how to cut things appropriately, and you can quickly type in sweet potato, and it'll be 6 months first food, here's how you prepare it, or here's what we suggest in this size, cooked for this long or whatever. You should be able to do this. So it just gives you you won't have to do this all the time, but as I'm getting started, it's okay, so I should be able to mush it with my finger, and it should be about this size.
See, I didn't
have these
any
resources.
of these resources.
Yeah, it's so
or maybe
great.
they were there, but I didn't know about them.
Well,
And I feel I was
just kind of
flying by the seat of my pants.
Right,
I didn't.
Did you
And
know
it went
anyone else
fine.
doing it?
I didn't really.
How did you
other than my
learn about it?
own family, I didn't really know anybody else that had kids when I had kids.
Right.
None of my friends had kids when I had kids. The things that I learned
did
and
you
the way
learn?
that I decided to parent was just
What
things
felt
that
right?
came natural
Yeah.
to me. I always knew that I didn't want to be a screaming parent, and I
Right.
didn't want to be a parent that used punishment
Yeah.
as a disciplinary action. But things like baby led weaning were not things that I always knew I wanted to do.
Right.
It's just
When it came time.
when it came time, it felt
I'd never
right.
heard of it before. Everyone was like, "Oh, you're gonna." I think you
So,
asked me,
I
"Are you gonna do
wish.
baby led weaning?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "I don't know what I want to do." But then we go into these things. So I talked about on the baby led weaning podcast about their gums. So that's a big part of it. I remembered why I cared about that. The thought is if you give a lot of soft things like porridge or whatever it is, purees,
Mhm.
that the jaw won't be as developed, and then it leads to mouth breathing. Because if your
Okay.
jaw doesn't come forward, so there's 3 things you can do to have the proper jaw placement. You can breastfeed for as long as possible so that it
Yep.
pushes their chin forward and develops that strength
Yep.
in the
Yep.
and then you can
The mandible.
yeah. And I actually forget the other two. I'm sorry, they just escaped me. But essentially providing like tough foods to chew on help develop that jaw strength as well. And when you give purees and stuff, you're teaching like a different motion, which is not helping that development.
Well, it's more of a sucking motion,
right.
I would think.
You're supposed to like develop this like tough jaw idea anyway, which helps you breathe through your nose.
And you yourself have had your own issues with your, like you've had braces and you've had, you know, they wanted to do some pretty major surgeries to you.
I had to get my adenoids removed because I couldn't breathe through my nose.
So you probably want to avoid those types of things.
100%. So like these, like that's a lot of the reason behind why we didn't do a pacifier and why I'm breastfeeding as long as possible. Like they all add up. Erryn, my husband, also had to do a lot of orthodontic stuff. So not that it's going to save us from this, but it could be a factor.
I mean, no harm in trying, right?
So anyways, that's where we're at with that. We're super excited about it. I'm feeling less stressed. We've got a CPR/choking course booked. So
good. Yeah. You did find one.
We did find one. We had some people reach out on Instagram. It was really great. I'd like put an all call. Anyone know any classes? Yeah. And we got some good suggestions. So we're going to try that.
I actually just took mine.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Well, I did an update for mine because we do it at work.
Right.
I think I mentioned that, and I was doing it that week. So I finished it now.
You're good. Yeah. So it's just like a 1 day thing, and we're looking forward to like just knowing it, and it's good for anyone to have.
It makes you feel a little more confident, right?
Yeah. So that's our update.
I also saw that when you went to the gym, Everest went to the little daycare center for the first time.
So we just, like, we live in the middle of nowhere. We don't have many gyms around here, but they just built a YMCA in town. Right. So it's like an 8-minute drive, and
That's nice and close.
It's pretty close. Yeah. So we're like, we had planned out going to the bigger city's gym, and we're like, okay, I have to wake up at this time so that Everest will sleep in the car because it's a 30-minute drive. And then I can drop him off at grandma's house. And then by the time I get to the gym, it's an hour and a half into this process. And then I have an hour and a half at the gym before I have to get back and breastfeed Everest. And then I pick up Everest and then get him down for his nap so he sleeps because it's another 30-minute drive home. So it's like a 4 or 5 hour day just to go to the gym.
Working out is already like, I think we've mentioned this
it's
before.
already hard.
Like something that's hard to do. So
difficult to get yourself even in the mindset of like, I'm going to. So yeah, it's a whole thing, and to be able to go just in town here is great, but I have no babysitter. I live pretty isolated. Like I always say I have a big village. I have a lot of support, but not near me.
Right.
So in that sense, now that he's getting bigger and I'm ready to work, like I want to work. I want to be at my desk working. We're entrepreneurs. So I don't go to a job. I don't get that time off. So I'm like ready.
You have to motivate yourself.
I have to work, but I can't do that and take care of Everest. And Everest only naps 3 hours a day. So it's like, where do I get the time? I don't. Plus I have to do chores and housekeeping. Anyway, all that to say, we can't ask someone to drive an hour, come to our house, watch Everest just so I could work out. Like that's 3-4 hours of work for them so I could get a workout in. So the YMCA in town here, they have a child minding thing, which terrified the crap out of me. I was so nervous for it. But we went in, dropped Everest off, and he did just great. Amazing. I checked on him 3 times. I walked by the room and like poked my head in, and he had no clue I was gone.
That's amazing. That's good though. That gives you the confidence, and now you know you can do that.
Now I can drop him off and feel really good.
And you had a good workout. Your legs are sore.
I can't move. Yeah, I might not go back till next week. Yeah, and then the next day they offer a baby and me class. So then I can actually take him there as well. There's 5 or 6 other women. The kids all play in the middle.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it's so nice because I don't have any like mom friends out here.
Yeah, you know what? Playgroups were big for me when my kids were small.
I might start looking for more options like that to get me out of the house too and get Everest socialized. Like Everest doesn't play with other babies. He doesn't have any friends.
Yeah, he's still really little.
He still is little, but as he gets bigger and wants to play and do these things, it's like good for him to like play with other babies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Socialize them a bit.
Anyway, really great to be back in the gym. Really great to have we had 2 firsts. A first time with a stranger without me and a first time eating food.
Look at him. He is growing. Before you know it'll be prom.
No. Do you want me to say that to you?
No.
Exactly.
I will cry. My daughter turns 5 tomorrow. It's a touchy subject.
Sad. It's so exciting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we leave here.
I forgot about this.
We want to introduce a new little segment that we're trialing. It's kind of like a would you rather. We're trialing names again.
Yeah. So reach out if you have an idea.
Yeah, we're thinking maybe the Parent Trap but it's a would you rather type game.
Okay.
Yeah, let us know if you have any name ideas
Don't
for this
trap
segment.
me into a tough question.
But I have some questions this week. So
will you answer them too?
I'll answer them too. Okay. Yeah. So first question.
Are we doing like quick fire or
No, we can discuss.
Okay.
We can talk about it because sometimes the question needs like an answer needs like a description.
Right.
You know,
Gotcha.
like a little
Discussion.
Yeah.
After. Okay. Explanation.
Okay. So first question: would you rather never have to do the laundry again or never have to do the dishes again?
Easy. Dishes.
Dishes. Why?
I hate doing the dishes.
Yeah.
I also hate doing the laundry, but I feel like I can do the laundry a little bit more on my own time, whereas dishes need to be done. Like, you're much better about doing something as it's done. I'm not. It takes me a little bit. Like, I don't finish my meal. Yeah, I'd rather never have to do the dishes. I could do my own dishes and be fine, but a family's worth of dishes, like Erryn uses every dish in the house every single day. Like he uses 6 cups.
I know.
Why use
I'm
6
in the
cups?
same boat. I think we've talked about
this.
this.
So I don't want to do the dishes. Whereas if I do laundry, I can fold his shirts and he can put them away, or I can whatever. Like, I would just rather do the laundry. Yeah.
I feel the same.
Do you?
Dishes. Like when we get home from work, because we use so much Tupperware, because we don't use like
oh my gosh,
plastic bags or anything, so we use all this Tupperware. The amount of Tupperware between mine and my husband's lunches and my kids' lunches, it's out of control.
It's out of control.
Like out of control. So then we wash that. Then we cook dinner. Then we have those dishes. And I'm just like, my husband is like, either one of us is at the sink for an hour.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts.
No, it truly is.
It's
so
out of control.
I actually hate doing them. And the thing is, I always say, if the dishwasher is empty, put your dishes right in the dishwasher. Don't put it in the sink. Don't let it stack up.
Here's the problem with the dishwasher. Because we use so much Tupperware,
I
have to wash it because we work the next day.
Right.
And we don't like to run the dishwasher until it's full.
Right.
So it's just this. So we have to wash. It's a
whole thing. So yeah, I'm firm on dishes. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Next question. Would you rather have your child take great naps but wake up through the night, or take no naps and sleep through the night? I know this is a tricky one.
I'm going to say wake up through the night.
Wake up through the night.
I'm going to say wake up through the night. Yeah, I need those naps through the day. I need that break during the day. I only get 3 hours during the day. If Everest wakes up a couple times to nap, at least I can nap during the day when he naps if I needed to. You know what I mean? Where I get that little break. If he was up from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. straight all the way through, that's too much.
Yeah, this one's a very hard one for me because I agree. Like my daughter's down to one nap. She naps for about 2 hours in the afternoon. You need that time. And it is like, it's the time where I do the laundry, or
you get tasks done, you get me time, you get shower, you get nap, you get workout.
I'll sit and I get to watch a show that I like where I fold the laundry, and that's like recharging for me.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, like that's like happiness for me, and I get to drink like a tea.
Yep.
And it's lovely. However, I'm a morning person,
right? So you need
and when
your
I don't sleep through the night, I don't like in the morning. I like to wake up and I'm like, even if it's 5 o'clock when they wake up, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually okay because I had a good sleep.
Yeah.
And I do go to bed early. So I'm going to say that I would rather them sleep through the night.
Okay. A little bit different.
All right. Last question.
All right.
Would you rather clean up a poop blowout on an airplane or projectile puke on the highway?
Oh.
This one's aimed at you directly.
A projectile puke on the highway?
Yeah, so like
he's
covered in projectile puke. He's in his car seat. You are flying down the highway, nowhere to stop.
That one.
One?
I would rather clean up the projectile puke because I can climb into the back seat. My husband's I'm guessing he's driving, or am I driving? I have no help.
I don't know. I didn't have the specifics.
Yeah,
so let's say.
So the reason I just choose not the poop on the plane
is because you've experienced it.
Well, yeah, many times now. I've only flown twice, and it's happened twice. Like many times. So anyway, the change pad is too small. I'm 6'2". My husband's 6'3". My baby is so tall, and that change pad is like for an infant half his size. He's only 6 months, and the guy is too big, and he's gonna roll off.
So funny.
It's turbulence. There's poop everywhere. I didn't bring a change of clothes with me. Like, it's impossible. It's not fun for anyone. Whereas in the back, it's like, wipe them up a little bit. We'll deal with it when we get there on a proper pad.
Okay, I'm gonna say, as a completely unbiased party who has never actually experienced poop on an airplane.
So you are biased.
Sorry, biased party. Completely biased party. As someone who's never actually experienced having to clean up on poop on an airplane, I'm going to say poop on an airplane because you can get up and deal with it. In a car, also.
They spit up. Wipe it up a little. You're fine.
But cleaning car seat straps of puke is impossible. Believe you me.
Yeah.
I've done it. And that smell sticks in those car seat straps forever. ever.
All right. That I can't, because he's never actually spit up in the car seat.
Oh, it's gross.
So I've never had to deal with that.
I've
so I
dealt
guess
with
I'm biased as well.
I've dealt with baby puke and also grown toddler puke, and neither one
Is great.
comes out of the car seat straps.
So I guess we're both biased there. I've never dealt with that.
Yeah.
But like him with the turbulence on that little thing and his head's rattling up and down.
I'll get back to you
awful.
if I ever have to deal with a poop on an airplane.
Gosh, gross. But with this being said, I'm looking at convertible car seats right now. Everest has grown out of his infant car seat. He's not even 6 months old.
So funny. Everybody that I talk to when they're like, "Oh, Bree's baby's so cute. How tall is he?"
Oh, do they?
Everybody.
He's so long. Like everyone sees
I'm like,
us.
yeah, he's long.
We take him to the baby me class the other day, and everyone's like, this one woman walks in with her super cute 10-month-old, and she's like, oh my gosh, he's so happy. They're like, that's a big baby. She's like, yeah, I know, he's 20 pounds. Like, Everest is 20 pounds.
So weird. He doesn't look big to me.
No, he's big boy. But like, and they say that he's supposed to be in this infant car seat till a certain month until. And they go, or unless they're like an inch away from the
weight
top.
requirements
and
or
the
height requirements.
And he's at the top. I didn't know that.
So you might have to get. So
I have to switch.
So we have a car seat that is because Nora's still backwards.
It grows with you.
Yeah. So her car seat is still backwards, and then when the time comes, it also flips forward.
So we're looking at those now. So we can talk about this next time.
Which is so funny because my kids didn't switch around till they were like 1 year old.
It's insane.
Switch into a different car seat.
And I don't want to.
No, but
he is like too tight in there. Yeah.
Well,
so
yeah,
anyway,
we can
we'll talk
about
car seats next time.
Car safety, yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Thank you so much for joining us for another catch-up conversation.
Thanks for tuning in. A little chit-chat for our MamaBare After Dark or whatever it may be.
Next time we'll have wine.
Yeah,
for those questions.
I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.